So have you ever got a confusing letter in the mail, something relating to a tax or a delinquent notice, this or that, about your business, about the government, etc.? Today, I got one. And rather than spending 30 minutes on Google trying to figure out what this thing is, or 20 minutes on hold with the State Department trying to find out what it is, I used AI to solve the problem in just a matter of minutes. Here's the deal. In this video today, I'm going to give you a real world use case to show you how I use AI to solve problems just like this in my business. If you own a business and you want to see a way to start deploying stuff like this to save you time, energy, and headaches, you don't want to miss this video. Let's go. All right, so in this example today, I got this letter in the mail, and this was like a Florida Department of Revenue, reemployment tax, etc. Okay, I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, at all. And all I know is that I already have a payroll service through QuickBooks, and I'm pretty sure that I pay them, so I don't get stuff like this in the mail. But I got this thing in the mail, and so I didn't really know what to do with it. And this stuff, it happened for me early in my business, in my first business. And, you know, the longer I've been in business, I've been able to avoid stuff like this. But every now and then, these things pop up. So I want to show you, I'm going to share my screen in just a minute to show you how do I use AI to get stuff like this solved. We'll actually do this in real time as we share the screen. I'm just going to explain to you what I'm doing. My goal for you in this video is to show you how you can use AI yourself in your own world. I use different AIs all day, every day. I like ChatGPT the best. The primary reason why is because it has like contextual memory on some degree. It can remember a little bit about you and your business if you tell it. You can list it as a project, but that'll be another video for another day. Okay, so step number one, I take a picture of the document, upload it into ChatGPT, and it basically just starts right from the top. It says, it looks like this is some notice, and it tells me all of these things about what it is, okay? And so I'm like, that's great. And then I was like, well, I do my payroll through QuickBooks. Are they not supposed to handle this? Yes, QuickBooks is supposed to handle this. So basically it comes back and it tells me a handful of things. It says QuickBooks should do this, but here's what you need to do instead. And just notice it tells me I need to go look for an RT6 in Florida. I don't know what an RT6 is, okay? And so, all right, now I got something to do. But what it does is it'll tell you what to do next. It says go into QuickBooks Online, go to taxes, payroll settings, and filings. Okay, so it's telling me what to do. I'm like, okay, great. So that's what I'm gonna do. And so that's what I did. I launched QuickBooks, and so I'm bringing this thing over here now. So it basically tells me to go to payroll tax and look for your RT6. So I've got my RT6 right here. Okay, but then this says due 4/30. But then the thing that I've got here is like it says something that it's delinquent from 12/31, okay? So what you really need to know is there's conflicting information. So the way that I'm gonna handle this is I'm just gonna screenshot what I've got here in QuickBooks, all right? So let me bring QuickBooks back over here. And this is typically how I do it. I will screenshot what I see on the screen and just stick it into the AI and be like, here's what I see. And typically what it tells you to do, like the option won't be available or something. Sometimes the data is not quite correct. But it's really helpful to just take their instructions, do as much of it as you can, and then screenshot what you've got and say, this is what I've got. Is this what I'm supposed to do? And so I'm going to just show you right now how I do it. So pro tip, I use this thing. It's a product called Zappy, and it's a really cool product. I don't get paid for this. Zappy.com. I think it'll show up here. I don't know. Just Google Zappy, all right? And Zappy is the product that we use to do these screenshots. So let me do a screenshot real quick. And I'm just gonna screenshot this thing here. And if there is sensitive information, I trust that my editor will take it out. But I think we're gonna be fine. So I get a screenshot right there. And then I'm just gonna go back over here. And I'm gonna drag this sucker in right here. And that's what Zappy does. Zappy allows you to quickly drag and drop. So I'm not gonna tell anything other than that. I'm just gonna boom, and set that and see what it says. It set the file Q1 on 4/30. However, the delinquency notice you received likely relates to a previous reporting period that wasn't filed. So it found the problem, right? Check prior RT6 filings in QuickBooks. Go to taxes, payroll, and filings, and look for previous periods. So this is where it's like not very sexy, but look, this is what it is, okay? Okay. Go to taxes, payroll, filings, look for Q3 and Q4 of 24. Payroll, tax, filings. Show all payroll tax, archive forms and filings. So I guess it's this. So this would be a good example. So I don't see exactly what it sees. So I'm just going to take this screenshot and I'm just going to stick it back in there. And I'm going to be like, you know, do I do it here? I'm going to say where? So let's see what it says. In your QuickBooks payroll dashboard under done, it says nothing to see here yet. This suggests that there's no filings. So this is a helpful use case. Like, so it'll say, so here it says, click on archive to see if there's anything there, verify there's nothing. If there's no RT6 in the past, QuickBooks may not have filed them, which explains why you're getting the delinquency notice. Yeah, I would say so. But I think the bigger thing that I want to do is, number one, make sure that it's fixed moving forward, which I think it was. And then what do I need to do with this specific one here? Those are my two things. So if no filing is found, file the missing RT6 manually. And before I time out, so I've got another filing that I've got to do because this is like my first full year in Florida, right? And so I've got another thing, something about an annual report. And I did that through QuickBooks as well. I went ahead and paid for the annual report and I supposedly filed the annual report, but I've still got something that says it's delinquent in an email. So maybe I'll do that in another video. But that's why I'm making these videos, because these things happen and there's no real clear reason as to why they did. What I did in QuickBooks should have, in theory, fixed everything, but for some reason it did not. Notice if QuickBooks didn't file it, you'll need to submit the RT6 manually. So it's telling me if QuickBooks didn't do it, I need to do it manually. So I might say, do I owe money? If so, how much? How do I know? I got it really good on this one. It's thinking hard. List which ones are missing in taxes due. If you owe no taxes, those periods. If you had no employees or taxable wages, you may only need to file the RT6. So in this situation, the next thing I'm going to do is just take a picture of it. All right, so I'll take a picture of it and I'm just going to stick the picture of the back of it in here because it says check the back. So there's the back. There's my keyboard. So check QuickBooks payroll filings for Q4. Taxes, payroll tax filings. Look for it for this 6 Q4. So I'm going to say I was an employee. I live in Florida. So I assume that the tax would be based on my payroll. So the next thing I did, I said, well, I'm an employee and I worked here. It's my company. I'm still an employee of the company. So I worked here and I got paid. So I probably owe some money. How do I find out how much I owe? It's essentially what I'm asking. Forwards. Payroll summary. Set the dates 10/1/24 to 12/31. So 2% of how much I was paid in the quarter. Okay, so I ran a report here. It looks like I paid myself during this period roughly $24,000. And so I'm going to be looking for 2% of that. And then it's going to say to see if they paid it. Then we're going to go to taxes, payroll, taxes, and then payments. So at least now I know how much I made and what the tax rate is. So, and I know where to go look to see if they actually paid it or not. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Again, the biggest thing that I want you to be able to do is like when you get something like this, you just upload it, stick it in there, and then ask questions to the AI. What is this? And then whenever you're looking at something different on another screen, because it's going to tell you what to do, and it's what you see is probably not going to quite match that because they update stuff all the time. But passing screenshots back and forth between the AI is a super helpful thing. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. And if you want me to make more videos like this, let me know down in the comments. I'll just make this like how to use AI in your business series, and we'll keep it running. Hopefully that's helpful. We'll see you guys in the next video.